Hi, my name is Emily, and I am the AmeriCorps Watershed Ambassador for the Wachau River Watershed, which is located in Sussex County in northwest New Jersey. Part of my term of service includes performing stream assessments in which I look for and identify macroinvertebrates. Macroinvertebrates are organisms without a backbone that can be seen with the naked eye, as opposed to microscopic organisms that cannot be seen without a microscope. One really cool macroinvertebrate is the freshwater clam. Today we're going to be talking about freshwater clams, which are a type of macroinvertebrate that you might find within a freshwater stream or river. They are part of the phylum Mollusca, which include snails and octopi, and they are part of the class Bivalvia, which include oysters and mussels. When you think of something that has the word bi in it, you think of two things. So a bicycle has two wheels, and a bivalve has two shells, which you can see in this clam right there. The two shells attach at a hinge called the umbo, and they pretty much just look like a smaller version of a big clam that you might see at a beach or at a restaurant. They reproduce by a parasitic larval stage that attaches to an organism that can move around, like a fish or a salamander, and hitchhikes on that until they become juveniles and drop off into the sediment below, where they will stay for most of the rest of their lives. They can be found buried in stream beds, in shallow and free-flowing waters, and they can move around a little bit by digging in the sand with their foot, which is the bottom part of their body, and that's a big muscle. They're filter feeders. They help cycle elements in the water by moving nutrients from the pelagic zones to the benthic zones. So the pelagic zone is where the water is open, and then the benthic zone is the bottom of the water where all of the sediment is. And they act as a filter. They can take in water that has a lot of excess nutrients and pollution and filter out those excess nutrients, and then siphon out clearer water and cleaner water, which means that they would need some excess nutrients in order to survive. So that makes them pollution sensitive, which means that they can tolerate some pollution but are unable to live in extremely degraded waters. Unfortunately, there are a good amount of threats to them nowadays. One of these threats includes dams, which prevent fish from being able to swim upstream, increased nutrient runoff, drought, and invasive species that outcompete native species like the zebra mussel. But luckily, you can still find them all over the place, and a lot of the time, if you're walking around in a stream, there's probably tons and tons of them right under your feet without you even knowing it, because they like to bury themselves. This one is alive because it's completely closed. This one is unfortunately dead because it has opened.